حكم وضعي. We say حكم أحكام وضعية. Yes. We call it حكم وضعي. Huh?
Another word for qiyas.
What?
Sabab.
Sabab? No. Not. Sabab is another word. ʿIllah. ʿIllah, which is connected to Qiyas. But Sabab is not really the ʿIllah. There is the difference between Sabab and ʿIllah. There is a small. They use it the same, but here, actually, when he talks about Sabab, you will see it's totally has nothing to do with ʿIllah. Okay.
Is he going to speak about taking the opposite of Sabab?
No. Okay. Okay. Sabab في اللغة. What is Sabab? Sabab is in Arabic language ما يتوصل به إلى مقصود ما. Whatever take you to what you are looking for. Something you are looking for, the things that leads you to that, is called sabab. من كان يظن أن لن ينصره الله في الدنيا والآخرة فليمدد بسبب إلى السماء. Sabab is the rope that takes you. So that is the rope is called sabab. Yeah. So whatever leads you to something, that is sabab. Okay. So, okay. So, but in the istilah, ما جعله الشرع معرفا لحكم شرعي بحيث يوجد هذا الحكم عند وجوده وينعدم عند عدمه. In the istilah, whatever makes you gives it's a علامة. علامة, what is a mark. But when it is there, the ruling is there. The حكم will be there. When it isn't, then there is no حكم. The prayer. أقم الصلاة لدلوك الشمس. So دلوك الشمس is sabab. Yes? أقم الصلاة. We said it is whatever. When it is there, the حكم will be. If it isn't, then the حكم is not. There will be no حكم. Now praying ظهر. Allah says أقم الصلاة لدلوك الشمس. Yeah, when the sun comes in the middle. So that the sun coming in the middle, that is sabab. That is the sabab of salat. Okay? كل أمر جعل الشارع وجوده علامة على وجود الحكم. وعدمه علامة على عدمه. It is a mark. It is a mark. You understand? So, a married person, being stoned. If someone asks, you know, sabab in Arabic, in English will be reason, isn't it?
Cause.
So if cause or reason. So if someone you ask, why is this person being stoned? Because he committed zina. Now zina is sabab. Yeah? I mean, it is clearer than why this person is praying. Because there will be many answers, but the answer will be because the time has started. Another person will say because he is Muslim, because it's an obligation to pray. Because no, but this in the Sharia, in the Usuliyin, the asbab is the marks that when they are there, alamat. So it won't be because he is Muslim or because.
So for zina, is it the zina or is it the four witnesses?
No, because he committed zina. Yeah, that is the sabab. Even though it can't happen without for witnesses, if he admitted, then there is no need for witnesses. And if he commits zina in front of 100 people, then they are not going to. Do you need for witnesses? No. استشهدوا عليهن أربعة منكم. So, well. Being crazy, for example, a person who is crazy, that is the reason why his property should not be left with him. ولا تؤتوا السفهاء أموالكم. Okay?
Safi is crazy or anyone.
Yes. But listen, so far
the fools, yeah.
Just like
Yeah, but a crazy is Safi class. I mean, he is Safi because he acts like Safi, but he is more than that. Safi, according to the majority, Sufaha is according to the majority.
Has no choice.
Safi is not according to the Zahiris. They say Sufaha is a person who is crazy.
Okay.
But according to the majority, the other madahib, they say safih is someone who doesn't know how to deal with his property.
So could that be a stupid person?
Stupid person, or you see in the Arab countries, for example, if someone, because they follow Sharia in these matters of families, and so if someone, for example, an old man starts distributing his money around, his children will just come and convince the judge that what he is doing is not normal. And then the judge will take his money and give it to his children to look after it, because it's their property in the future. You understand? The Zahiris say no, that is not sufaha. They say sufaha is someone who is crazy. Oh, you understand? They say because a man came to the Prophet, he said, Ya Rasulullah, inni ukhda'u fil buyuh. A man came to the Prophet and said, I get I get like cheated every time I buy something. And the Prophet said, when you sell or buy something, say la khilaba, and then you have choice free. He said, this person, the Prophet should have made hijr on him straight away. They say sufa, because the majority, the all madhahib say if someone uses his money and his wife's money, not only the money that he is supposed to use, they say if he uses his money and the money that he is supposed to spend on his wife and his children to drink, to gamble, then this person is not safi. They say there is no proof about you can't call him safi. So his property can be with him. The right of others should be taken from him and she should be stopped anyway. But we can't call him safi. So Zahiri say you don't call that safi, and you call someone who doesn't know, like give his money away, give a lot of charity, and you call him safi. So they say it doesn't make sense. Anyway, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about the kuffar, about the munafiqeen, ألا إنهم هم السفهاء. You understand? So that is regarding, there is a story about al-Ma'mun. Ma'mun, the Khalifa, he wanted to build a house in Iraq. You know, Iraq is very, and he had doctors, architects. So what they did, they wanted to build a palace for him. So he told them to find the best place in Iraq, in Baghdad, to build the palace. So the doctor, what he did, he took meat, raw meat, and put it in different areas. Look how intelligent they are. Yeah, that is the doctor started. So he put meat in different areas, and he was checking it every day. The last one to get rotten, that is the best place, because there is the best air and clean air. They found the area. So now there are people in that area, and to build a palace, they don't want houses, dirty houses, and so they want the area clean for him. So he started building the area, buying the area. One old woman refused to sell. She has just small house with mud, and she said, I don't want to sell. So he went to the judge, the head of the judges. He told him, what can we do with this woman? You know, he was not an unjust person. So he said, what are they going to do with this woman? Like, she refused to sell. I told him, okay, give her a higher price, a very high price. If she refuses, then we say she is safi. and then we take it to the judge, and the judge will take the property from her, sell it, and give her the money. And we make someone to look after her, because she doesn't know what she is doing. So they went to her and they told her, look, this is the price we are going to give you. She refused. They told her, now it shows that you are safi, because if you have the chance to sell for like 100,000 what is worth 1,000, that is clearly safi. She said, what about the person who wants to buy for 100,000 what is worth 1,000? He's not more sufficient than me. Yes, sir.
So what happened to her?
They didn't do anything, they left her. They left her with the palace and they left her just aside. Yeah, because she made the point. She said, someone who has all these palaces and he wants to buy extra when I just want to keep my house. Yeah, so that is حكم السفهاء anyway. So, Sabab. Sabab is So Sabab is the cause or the reason. Okay? So Sabab generally when you talk about حكم, Sabab is something that is not in the hand of the person. It is alama. It is a mark that has been made in the Sharia for the person to recognize that when it is there, something will happen. Something has to happen. But Sabab is not considered something that the person will do. It's not something that you do. It's something that happens. Of course, when I give you some examples, for example, maybe you will not agree, but it's still that. So, for example, he says here, دلوك الشمس لوجوب الصلاة. Now the time starts. That is sabab for salat. The beginning of Ramadan, that is sabab for fasting. Yes. Necessity. Someone being hungry. Nobody chooses to be hungry. You can choose to be hungry, but you can't make yourself hungry, can you? You can't. Not eating. No, but it happens to you. So when you are hungry, then that is sabab. Iftarar. No, it's not about iftarar. Iftarar, I'm hungry to point of iftarar. That is a reason to go and eat dead meat. Or something which is haram. I mean, if you do it yourself, then you can't go and eat dead meat. If you have still halal food next to you, you can't make yourself muttar so you can eat. That's not called itrar anyway. Okay? So that is the sabab. The sabab where you don't have a choice. Now the sabab where you have a choice. Yeah? The sabab where you have a choice. What is about the sabab where you have a choice? Example.
Like praying after the adhan?
No. Praying, not praying. It is a sabab. Sabab is a mark. Sabab is a mark.
You know there's a sign. There's a prayer.
It's a sign.
Prayer after there's
Yes,
prayer after adhan.
Yeah, but it is an order. We are talking about sabab. And sabab is a sign. It is there, something has to happen. You have to do something. Because of the sabab, you have to do something. Now the pray before after Maghrib. The sabab will be after Maghrib.
Fasting, to say, when the sun.
You eat after Maghrib, finish the food, and then pray. Would that be?
Well, no.
Okay.
The sabab is a sign.
Yeah.
Sign when it is there. Yeah. If you mean okay.
I mean the other way.
After the sunset is a sabab to break fast. Yes. But I'm not talking now. That is you don't have a choice about it.
Okay, for example,
sabab,
you have a reason to pray before Fajr.
No. Sabab, I say where you have a choice.
Okay.
Not the choice. Sabab, you have a choice in the sabab, not the choice on doing the action that result from the sabab. No, you have the choice in the sabab itself. You make the sabab. You make it.
Like intercourse.
Like traveling in Ramadan, so you don't have to fast. No, it can. Sabab can be. Look, it's alama. Yes. But also sabab is a alama, something, a sign, something that happens. Sometimes you don't have a choice. Sometimes you have a choice. Now in Ramadan, you have a choice whether to travel or not. But if you travel, then there is a result to that. You travel, you don't have to fast. There is a hukm. So that travel is sabab. Why this person is not fasting in Ramadan?
Because he's traveling.
Because he's traveling. You understand? Why this person is going to be killed? Because he killed someone. Now he has a choice to kill or not. You understand?
There's option.
Yeah, he can kill, he can not kill.
Yeah.
Huh? It's not, that sabab is haram anyway.
It's haram, yeah.
Yeah? But it is sabab.
It makes halal for his killing.
It's
Okay.
hadith about traveling. It's not from taqwa to fast while you're traveling. So
Yes. ليس من البر الصيام في السفر. It is not from the bir. Huh?
so
It's to fast in safar.
it's authentic, yeah.
It is authentic, it's in Bukhari and Muslim. It is not from the bir to fast in fast. You have to understand it that way. Bir is taqwa, isn't it?
Right.
It's not from taqwa to fast. Someone who tries to fast, yeah, while traveling, and he thinks that he will get
Extra.
more reward, for example, or he will be, there is reward for fasting because it's an obligation. Now, to think that you are going to get a reward for fasting, while traveling,
You don't get
actually you don't. You get less.
Yeah.
You get less reward than not fasting.
But some people think maybe
So it is not from better to fast in travel. Yeah.
maybe in a way that people they think like the difficulty you go
Yeah, that is
more
yeah. Many people, that is what people do. That's why the Prophet said, "Laysa min al-birri as-sawmu fi as-safar." Okay.
What about if you traveling and then so people give money to them?
Huh?
You know the traveler, you have to give them money if you want to.
Musafir.
Yeah.
Money.
No.
The traveler.
The wayfarer, not traveler.
Yeah, the traveler.
Yeah. You give him money if you want to, innit? Like.
You
Sometimes you have to give him money.
shelter him.
Yeah. I mean like.
Water money.
Oh, you mean sabab? Host him.
Sabab.
Yeah.
Give him money is what is the sabab here?
The sabab is the
Why does he deserve zakat, for example?
Because he's traveling.
Huh? Why does he deserve the zakat?
Because he's traveling.
Sabab. The sabab for deserving the zakat.
Yeah.
For deserving the zakat.
How about
There is so many asbabs. Huh? Why? Yes.
How about not praying and then you get lashed 10 times? Is that sabab?
Sabab for not praying, yes. Any punishment has a reason. The reason not praying, put it this way, committing a crime, عقوبة, punishment. Punishment is the punishment is the result. The sabab is committing the crime. Any crime, drinking alcohol, killing, committing zina. Okay?
And what's the distance you have to travel to not fast?
That is a long. That's a long story.
Where was we?
That's a long story. Long story. Yeah. Okay. Now the sabab and ʿillah. Okay. Okay, let's put there is a chapter here called ربط الأسباب بالمسببات. Musabbib and sabab. Yeah? There is the musabbib and sabab. Sabab is the reason. Musabbib is now what happens? Musabbib is the result actually. What happens because of the sabab. Yeah? So the sabab, for example, دخول الوقت, the time starting is the sabab. The prayer is musabbibat. Okay? Now, let me give you some examples that he gives here. Now, relation is a sabab for inheritance.
Say that again?
That's
But you don't have a choice.
That's a long
A person being related to someone.
Ah,
That is the reason why
Yeah.
he gets inheritance from him.
yeah.
Okay? So that is a sabab.
Yeah.
And the condition for that is
The
the death. The condition for that is a death. Okay?
Yeah.
Do you have to die though?
And the condition
Yeah, right. As long as
inheritance.
you get your will, your inheritance.
Inheritance. If you are still alive, that's not called inheritance, it's called a gift, it's called. We are talking about inheritance. Inheritance has to be divided in a different way.
But just, no.
So the conditions for that is that actually the person who has the money is dead, and the person who is going to receive the money is still alive. So that is the conditions.
thought to be dead.
Huh?
He has to be thought to be dead.
No, he has to be certain dead.
Certain.
As long as there is a possibility he is alive, his money can't be used by anybody.
Wow. So, but if you don't know at all, you haven't found out, you haven't got nobody, what do you do?
Yeah, you
For a
see,
long time.
someone has money.
Yes.
Yes, and so he is the owner of this money.
Yes.
There is no doubt about that.
Yes.
Yes, you remember the rule.
إن الظن لا يغني.
إن الظن لا يغني من الحق شيئا. So this person is alive, and he will remain alive as long as you are not sure he is dead.
So even if
If someone someone has had money, and he was born in 1820. Today, someone say, "Oh, I don't know." He left. He went to a country in the middle of the sea, and he never came back. Yeah.
you can't do it.
Today, definitely you have to divide his, because nobody lives. What we have seen, that nobody actually lives more than 120 years.
Record, yeah.
It doesn't exist anyway. So in that time, then you will be sure. It's not you are sure. How are you sure? You can swear that he is not dead. That he is dead. If someone was born in 1820, and someone they say, "Are you sure he is dead?" Yeah, wallahi, I am sure he is dead. Definitely, there is no way unless he is. If he is a human being, not tortoise.
It could be frozen.
Tortoise. Or turtle. Huh? Then he is. Yeah, there is two different types.
Yeah.
There is the one of the sea and the one of the
It could
ground.
be frozen.
Huh?
It could be frozen.
So he's dead.
No, they say when you're frozen.
Do we come back to life?
Yeah, this is frozen, isn't it?
MashaAllah. You watch a lot of things.
See, someone passed a fatwa regarding like a husband and a wife.
Yeah.
The husband goes away for a long time.
Yeah.
He doesn't get married.
That is actually happened in the time of Umar bin Khattab. And that is what followed by four madahib. And that is a mistake. Umar bin Khattab time, there was a woman whose husband left. And he left for a long time. She didn't go the first day. Yeah, she didn't go the first day. Her husband went absent. She went to Umar bin Khattab to complain. No, she went after years waiting. Then she went to Umar to complain. Umar bin Khattab told her, "Go and wait another year." So she went and waited for another year. She came back and she said he didn't come back. He told her, "Now you go and do your iddah 4 years." You see what Umar bin Khattab was saying. He didn't make it Sharia, so you can't blame him. Yeah, he didn't make it haram or obligation or anything, so you can't blame him. I mean, you can always advise people. Wait. Up to here, he didn't make any mistake. He is just advising. Then after 4 years, he told her, "Now you can go and get married." She went and got married, and her husband came back. And then when her husband came back, according to this hadith, he gave her the choice to stay with the first one, with the second one, or just go and marry, get back to the first one.
Who's given the choice, Omar?
Yeah. Now look at this hadith. This is taken by the Shafi'is and the Malikis. They say Umar ibn Khattab, Khulafa al-Rashidin, alaykum bi sunnati wa sunnati Khulafa al-Rashidin. Now look at this hukm here. They don't say she has to wait. They say when her husband is absent, 4 years after that, she can get married. Now if you want to follow Umar, then 1 year, first she has to wait until she is desperate, years, then you give her 1 year, then you give her 4 years.
What do they say?
No, they say 4 years. If the husband is 4 years absent for 4 years, she can get married. And the other rule from Umar, that when her husband came, he gave her the choice. Now, is she married to the second one or not? If she is married to the second one, she can't go to the first one because she is married. He has to divorce her first. And if she is not married with him, then what she is doing there? You understand? In the Sharia, everything is clear. Huh? The thing is, in the Sharia, if a woman, despite what people say, oh, this is dhulm, there is no dhulm. Ibn Abbas was asked about a woman in this condition. He said, if Allah want to give her, to test her, like put her into test, severely test, He will do worse than this to her. You understand? So this woman is married. She is a man, can go and get married to 3 others. Or divorce, just say, I am divorcing this woman and get married with 4. Yeah? That is Allah wanted that. Nobody can have any objection about it. But for a woman, if she is married, there is nothing she can do. Nobody can divorce her except her husband. She has to be very patient. Something worse can happen to her. She can fall into a pan of hot oil and she become disfigured that nobody will get married to her even if she is not married. So she just have to be patient. And then let's say her husband was 80 when he married her and she was like 20. Yeah. So we have to wait like another 40 years. Yeah. 120. We are sure that he is not alive anymore.
Is there a hadith that says
Should be 60.
there's an age?
Yeah, my ummah is 60, so you can put it that way. So I was going to say that 60. No, if that hadith is you can say yes. Everybody. If that hadith is clearly sahih, if it was clearly sahih,
you find out the age of the person.
that the person, every person is 60. That is the rule.
Yeah.
So extra or less is the exception. So we have to go with the rule. But everybody is 60.
But he got married when he was 80, so we're sure he's not. He's an exception.
Yeah.
Why is the hadith authentic?
What?
The hadith.
About Umar?
No, I'm not romantic.
No, it's not.
Okay. Well, why did you say 4 years? Is that like the rule or something?
Just
It's
4 أشهر became 4 سنين.
It makes sense.
Yes, that is for the woman who her husband died. So sometimes people make ijtihad. When Umar Khattab told her to wait for 4 years, he never
Made a rule.
you see, the Prophet sometimes, or he can advise people.
Right.
You understand? So, when this woman came, there was no like Umar al-Khattab is a judge when there is a dispute, and he is mufti, and he is an advisor, someone who has knowledge. So you can't take one and leave the other. He doesn't look like anything that he has made it compulsory on her to wait for 4 years.
He looked like he wanted to delay as much as possible.
Yeah.
It looks like dunya first. But he told her like you can leave him more.
Anyway, so ربط الأسباب بالمسببات. Okay? So one of the things that they say ربط الأسباب بالمسببات is there is a hadith that لا يقتل والد بولده.
Yeah.
The hadith is ضعيف. So if someone kills his son, we don't. So they say الأبوة is sabab. Being a father is the reason why he has not been killed for killing his son. So that is the sabab. Okay? But the hadith is right.
It just happened recently. His daughter died.
No?
A father, he killed his little daughter and they let him go.
Where?
In Saudi.
Yeah, they do it.
They implement this, innit?
Yeah, in Saudi they do it. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 months ago.
Huh?
I read a man in Yumba, he killed his son.
Where's Zumba?
Next to Medina. Well, killed his son and they let him.
American news, yeah.
Wow.
Well, they follow the hadith which is narrated by Ibn Majah, which is.
But I heard they know it's that that's the problem.
Yeah, they say it is ضعيف. They say it's حسن لغيره. No, the Saudis don't know about hadith. All the Saudis, they are worse.
No, but they say it's that isn't that like blindly?
No, the Saudis and hadith, they have nothing to do with hadith. I heard that هيئة كبار العلماء, they heard about a woman in Riyadh.
Yeah. What's they mean with that?
Yeah, they heard about a woman in Riyadh who has learned by herself on the computer تخريج and stuff, and they go to her. هيئة كبار العلماء, all of them. They go to this woman to check the تخريج. Is this hadith صحيح or not before they make fatwa?
Should have made her then Mufti.
So they should have included her in the. But women are not. I'm not supposed to be.
They're in the parliament though now.
Huh?
In the parliament now. Women are.
Yeah, Abdullah is trying to make the country secular.
شيخ ايش الحديث؟ لا يقتل ولدا
ولده. Yes. Okay.
Trying to make the country secular.
Yeah. What is the difference between sabab and ʿillah?
Illa, there's like something wrong with it. Like Sabab like
The disease.
cause, and illa is like.
According to the majority, they say where the reason is clear and can be found with aql by itself, yeah, that is sabab. But where you have to think about it and extract it, that is the ʿillah. Something that it can't be seen directly, like at first look.
Yeah.
You understand? You know, because ዒllah is used in Qiyas, we use ዒllah. So they say that is the ዒllah. Okay? Okay? So they say traveling for fitr. Yeah? Someone traveling. The sabab, traveling, it's more likely that it is difficult. Yes? So that is, they said, and so it's convenient, it's normal that there will be some rukhsa there. Because it's more likely to be difficult if you are traveling. Also, drinking alcohol. It's more likely that, drinking alcohol relate to people losing their minds. So it's normal that we made haram. You understand? So that is sabab.
Yeah.
Okay?
But there are people born with that.
Sorry?
Some people born with that and have lost their mind.
Yeah, they get to go Jannah straight, isn't it? Something like that.
Who?
The crazy people that don't know how to pray. What happens to them?
Well, I don't know. The pen is lifted anyway. رفع القلم. The pen doesn't write anything. So normally a person who have the pen doesn't write anything for him. So there is no crime. He has no sins to be forgiven. If someone doesn't have sin, we know why people go to hellfire. It's because of the sins. But this person doesn't have any sin against him. Recorded in him against him.
So الأطفال الموتى ما عليهم حساب صح؟
There is nothing against. Yeah.
Rich people
Okay. So sabab and ʿillah, yeah. So sabab and ʿillah are not in reality from Usul fiqh. In Usul, sabab is something that is can be known just by thinking. You can come to just by it's clear. It's clear. Yeah, that is called sabab. But the thing that you have to extract and think about, that is called the ʿillah. You understand? Look, the difference between sabab and ʿillah.
Does he give examples?
Yeah. there is a lot of examples.
No, for ʿillah, for example.
ዒلة تحريم الخمر. The khamr being haram.
Okay. Yeah. And the ዒllah that will make you look crazy or something.
Yes.
Is there like maqasid?
مقاصد. مقاصد الشريعة.
Yeah.
No, that is مقاصد الشريعة is a more general حكم. No, the sabab has to do with حكم وضعي. Anyway, the sabab is not something that really people will agree about. The sabab is where people are more likely to disagree. Just like ʿillah. There is a lot of disagreement when it comes to ʿillah and sabab. Because it's not really, even though part of Usul, it's not a place where you use that much, or there is a lot of that can be that you can get from knowing the sabab and the ʿillah. I mean, people of Qiyas, of course, they need the ʿillah a lot, but that is where the Qiyas is always difference. You see the Qiyas of people.
Yeah.
One Qiyas of one person contradicts the Qiyas of another.
Yeah.
Yes. You see now ዒلة, difference between ዒلة and sabab. Sabab is this because it's clear and it's. Let me give you ዒلة. You see the hadith: gold for gold, silver for silver, barley for barley, wheat for wheat, salt for salt, and
Date for date.
date for date. That's all, yeah.
No.
6.
It's in 7.
No.
6.
Okay.
Yeah, there are 6. Anyway, now this hadith, gold for gold, silver for silver, salt for salt, wheat for wheat. Now this hadith, there is no, we don't know the reason. Yes? Why gold for gold is haram? Why buying gold, selling gold with gold is haram, except if you do it in the same transaction, in the same time, and with the same measurement. Why? Do you know why? You don't know why. The hadith doesn't tell us why. Now here, the fuqaha have looked to get the ʿillah. Abu Hanifa have said the reason is because these things, when you sell them, you measure them. Not everything is measured when you sell it, do you? If you are selling a camel, do you measure it?
No.
You sell, you look at the camel, okay, give me your camel, I give you my camel, it's fine. Huh? Give me your car, I give you my car. You look at the car, you don't put it on the scale or anything. So, you see? So not everything is measured. So Abu Hanifa looks at this matter, these things, the 6 things, and they say, oh, all of them get measured. So the sabab, the ዒلة, is measurement. And therefore, everything that is measured has to be. You understand? So that is the ዒلة. Look how the ዒلة, how it comes. It's not like prayer, if the time comes. Another example about it. The same hadith, what does Malik say? Malik say, these 6 things, after looking and thinking, he see that these 6 things actually are things that don't get off quickly. You see, there are things that go off quickly. Milk, banana, tomato, you can't keep it for a long time. But these things, wheat, you can keep it for a year. Barley, dates, salt, gold, silver, you don't have to worry about it. Yes? So that is, he came up with that reason. So he said, whatever stays for a long time, such as dried beans or chickpeas or whatever. Shafi'i looked at the matter and he said, the reason, there is 2 ዒلة rather than 1. One is food. 4 of them are food. And 2 of them, they are metals.
So all the foods in that.
You see the ዒلة, how everybody has come up with a different ዒلة.
Yeah.
When it comes to sabab, people will not differ. It's clear. You understand? You understand?
Yeah.
So that is the difference between sabab and ዒلة. And with this, you see they don't even write so much about it because Sabab is not really that big deal. Because the ʿIllah, later they will talk about it in part of when we speak about Qiyas.
Is Qiyas coming up?
Yeah, of course, later.
So you don't really need illa in Usul, really.
ʿIllah is a lie.
You shouldn't ask.
ʿIllah is a lie. You see, ʿIllah is question. You have to ask a question. This is what they say. They say to find the ʿIllah, you have to ask yourself a question. Huh? Why did Allah make these things haram? Why did Allah make this obligation? This question, what do you think about it? It is haram to be asked. If you look at the religion, لا يسأل عما يفعل وهم يسألون يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تسألوا عن أشياء إن تبد لكم تسؤكم إن الله لا يستحي أن يضرب مثلا ما بعوضة فما فوقها فأما الذين آمنوا فيعلمون أنه الحق من ربهم وأما الذين كفروا فيقولون ماذا أراد الله بهذا مثلا سيقول السفهاء من الناس ما ولاهم عن قبلتهم التي كانوا عليها. Yes?
Yeah.
You see so many ayat all say don't ask. And these people say, oh, to know why we have to ask. So you can't ask. Yeah? Unless there is an answer there.
We have to ask to know if there's an answer.
No, if there is an answer, no. You can ask, is there an answer?
Not why Allah did it.
Yeah. I mean, Allah did not say don't ask. Huh? You can ask each other about things. Don't ask Him. You understand? Don't ask Him what He does, what He has done.
There's something.
You know that you mentioned.
Yeah. You know, it's not like I'm trying.
You know that you mentioned about